I'm Betty Banjack. Look who's cooking today. Today we have Dr. Bruce Menkowitz, and we're really thrilled to have you. He took time out of his busy schedule to come visit us and to share with us a Hanukkah treat.
Well, thank you for having me, Betty.
Thank you. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I finally got him. So why don't we just start, because we have a lot of things. Oh, I'd also like to mention, if you see a lady walking around behind us, that's Shelley Menkowitz.
My absolute sous chef.
Your absolute sous chef. Boy, that's a real title. So she's been here working along, and we're going to start first thing. What are you going to do first?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is to make latkes, which are traditional Hanukkah food. The Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Excuse me. And one of the things that is associated with the festival of lights is oil, because of one of the miracles that led to the holiday. So we're going to be using a lot of oil, and we're going to be doing two foods, two tastes of the holiday. The first will be the sweet potato latkes, and then later on we'll do the sufganiyot, which are the donuts, which are associated with the holiday.
When we first talked about what you wanted to cook, he asked me if he should cook healthy or should he cook for Hanukkah. Well, after we decided it would be Hanukkah, we would cook for Hanukkah. So this isn't the healthiest food, but it's okay once a year.
Right, but we've cut it down a little. So
Okay.
we're going to be cutting down a little bit on the eggs, and we're going to be using some lower fat ingredients we want to be healthy.
Okay.
So.
What are we going to do first?
Well, the first thing I want to do is get the oil going. So I'm going to.
Let me get that for you.
Yeah, that'll be great. Thank you.
I don't know if that's high enough. Should I put it all the way up for now?
Yeah, I think so.
Here's your oil.
So what I'm going to do is put about a ½ inch of oil into the fry pan.
What kind of oil is it? It's
This
canola.
is, canola, because again, we want to be healthy, and olive oil would work great.
Oh, olive oil would be okay with the latkes, but I don't think with the dough thing.
No. But for the latkes, we could go with that. I'm putting about a half an inch in there. I think we'll give it a touch more.
And you one time told me that Hanukkah was all about oil.
That's right, because what happened when the Maccabees were victorious over the Syrian Greeks and regained the temple, they found that there wasn't enough oil, the ceremonial oil. They only had enough for one day, but miraculously, that small amount of oil lasted 8 days until fresh oil was obtained. And so...
Isn't the phrasing, I may be a little wrong, but a miracle happened here?
Yes,
that's what they consider it.
Right.
Okay, what are you going to do first?
Well, I think if what we're going to do is make the sweet potato latkes, and if we're going to have sweet potato latkes, then we better peel some sweet potatoes. So we're going to put you on KP duty, Betty.
Oh, whoop. Story of my life.
So now what we need is
but you do have some ready.
Yeah, of course. What we have, and if you could hand this to me,
we have
is great. What we have here is 2 cups of the grated sweet potatoes. Now, once they're peeled, you really don't have to grate them in the traditional manner, even though it works very well with a grater. You can use a food processor, and you can use break the potato into large pieces, put it into the food processor, and grate it, and then run it through the steel blade to really break it up a little finer, even though some people like that very spidery look to it. So what I'm going to take is the ground sweet potatoes, and we'll pop them into the bowl. Now,
they look nice.
Yeah.
They almost look like carrots.
They have that nice red look.
What are you going to need next?
Well, what we're going to put in now is we want to add some eggs, so we'll need some eggs, and we'll whip those
2 eggs.
up. Yeah, 2 eggs, and we'll lightly whip those and add those.
Dr. and Mrs. Menkowitz were nice enough to have these recipes ready for me so I can share them with you. If you want the recipe, you can just write in and we'll give you them. This I'm so excited about. I like potato latkes, but sweet potato latkes are...
That's what makes it extra sweet. Now, what we need is
What else you need?
flour.
Flour.
Okay.
Well, you're important. You have 2 sous chefs in one day.
Right.
Of course, I'm not the ultimate one, so what else do you want?
And then we'll take the nutmeg, a little bit of nutmeg. It gives us just a great smell.
Oh, it smells good. Now it's just sitting there.
Yeah. And then we'll need the baking powder right there. That's it. We'll pop that right in there.
I have to tell you, I got this little gift from Dr. Menkowitz today. It's a Hanukkah apron with all the 8 candles and the Star of David and gifts. You get 8 gifts, you know. I'm waiting for my other 7, I told him. But I don't think that'll happen, but that's besides
Well,
me.
we have extra gifts.
I know, the sweet potato latkes will be the gift.
Right. You know what we'll need is the sugar next.
Okay.
So this is a tablespoon of sugar.
Mm-hmm. And salt and pepper.
Yeah, now that's really a to-taste issue, is to get the salt and pepper just the way you sort of want it. So we'll add a little bit of pepper.
Those are neat. I didn't ever see those. They're just little like throwaways, right?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for picnics.
Or other functions.
Right, any place, shore house, any place
Is that
you're
all?
going.
That's all you're going to put in there?
Yeah, so it's nice and simple.
Oh.
Now the whole, what we have to do is get that oil nice and heated up.
This may become my recipe, you know?
Absolutely.
I had a corn fritter recipe like that. I don't know where I got it, but boy, it's now my recipe.
Well, fritters work in different countries. In Italy, they make fratelli, and in other parts of Europe, they'll make the fritters. Anything to use oil is really the part of the holiday, so that the significance of it remains. Okay. Well, we're steaming.
Hot,
yeah, it looks pretty good. So now, the latkes can be used breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, cocktail parties. So it depends on how big you make it to what you're going to do with it. So I'll try and make it on the smaller side.
Yeah, well, I'm sure once it starts frying, we'll have a lot of people showing up in the studio. So I guess we should make the small one so they can...
So we'll just pop it in there.
Yeah, it's nice.
And
the
then
oil's good.
pushing it down is really a good trick. Because if you push it down, first of all, it cooks up a little faster.
And it takes out the air.
Right, takes up the air, a little less oil.
Oh.
And this is frying up real nice and quick.
Oh, it is. And again, we're using one of them portable butane burners.
Yeah, let's see.
What do you
Where
need?
was I needed the other, the non-plastic.
Another spatula?
Yeah,
Oh.
another spatula. I grab this one right out and put it right down
Is that
here.
done already?
Yeah, that's really quick.
Wow,
So-
it's brown. Really
Uh-huh.
brown.
Yeah, that one got nice and brown. There we go. Well, that's going to be a hot number, Betty.
I'm not going to taste it. I just... as much as I want to, I'm not.
Now, not loading up with too many at a time is a good idea, too.
Do you do one at a time?
Well, you can do more than one at a time, but loading up with too many at a time is not a good idea either. I think
You
could
just hear
probably-
that sizzling.
You could probably turn this temperature down a bit now.
Do you think they had canola oil back in
I don't think so. In ancient times.
No, they just had oil. Probably
And then,
cooking oil.
and then
is
try
fuel.
and drain the oil back into the pan. Now, what I do at home is to put a paper bag
Brown paper
underneath,
bag,
right,
yeah.
underneath the paper towels. To
That
absorb
works.
a
You
little
use a
more.
lot of paper towels in
Use a
Hanukkah
lot
cooking.
of. You sure do.
Hanukkah, especially for, you have a lot of nights you cook too, also. Okay. We have, you make a couple more and then we'll move on to
Sure.
your other goodie, which I couldn't begin to pronounce if I had to.
The soufganiot, which are the. There we go.
Oh my.
Turn it on nice and crispy. Okay, so.
Oh, banned everybody from the studio because these are all mine.
Okay, should we move on with this?
Yeah, why don't you make another one and then we can
Okay.
finish up later because I know we're going to need more.
And that, you could do more than one at a time, but as you get more in there, for some reason they start getting soggy. And pushing them down keeps the oil down.
Lost my mic there for a minute.
And some people like them, you know, a little crispier.
Oh, it smells wonderful. What I'm going to need to do is just. You're finished with this oil.
We're
right?
all finished with that.
For now.
We'll shut that off as we.
Nobody get near this. That shuts it off.
That shuts it off. And then the next thing we'll work on will
What do
be
you
the
have? Here's your pot.
soufganiot. Now, the soufganiot, we're really doing deep frying, so that we need a lot of oil, and a big pot, I think, is just a good, safe idea, because you're going to fill half the pot up to get the enough oil so that the donuts will go right in there. So I'm just going to put the rest of this oil right in there.
Is that enough?
Oh, I think that'll be enough.
We have it. Put it there. We'll put it in the trash can later.
Okay, now we'll start getting this oil nice and hot.
That's a nice pot.
Yeah.
I like it because it's not real big. It's on. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, we're cooking with gas.
No, butane.
Butane.
I run around all the time trying to find these little butane canisters. This is what these are run with. Just
Oh, perfect.
and I finally found a source, so I keep running in and getting another box. What are you looking for?
What I'm going to do is grab, if you could get me that glass bowl, Betty. Thank
This
you.
bowl? Oh, it's glass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I love glass.
So, now the soufganiot are the donuts, and very often you'll see jelly donuts. Very popular.
How
But
about cream?
Cream donuts, great. Who doesn't
Everybody
like cream
likes those,
donuts,
right?
But what we're going to do today is regatta cheese donuts.
Ah,
Okay.
I
So,
think that's
so
good by
what we're
me.
going to do is we'll use the regatta cheese and some flour and a little baking powder and then some eggs and sugar, and we're going to have some donuts. So, we'll start off with the regatta cheese. And this is the part skim milk, even though I've made them with the fat-free and it works fine.
Yeah, that's what Shelley had mentioned
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, well, you know, you always stay with your sous chef. He
That's
tells
right.
you the way
Well,
it
she's
is.
around here, but I don't think she keeps off camera pretty well. We'll get her yet.
Thanks. And then we'll throw in the cup of flour. And then the baking powder. And we have those
Eggs.
2 eggs, yeah. And again, break them up, you know, a little light beating.
So do you think you'll give up surgery for cooking?
Oh, I don't think so.
No?
Man cannot live on latkes alone, you know.
Oh, no? They need knees and hips and everything.
And then the 2 tablespoons of sugar.
You don't need the salt and pepper, because that's a
No,
sweet thing.
yeah, this
Okay.
is going to be nice and sweet. I'll try and get this all mixed up together.
See, there's a reason for holding the bowl like that in your arm, because it
That's
sort of
right.
secures it.
And you need a good solid spoon, and that's your next present here, Betty.
2 presents?
There you go. That's one of my wooden spoons.
You made this?
I made the one I'm using, and now you have one for you.
Well, I'm impressed. I would think you'd be more protective of your hand.
Well, you have to be careful with any equipment, any
Yeah.
power tools. Always leave on the safeties and use the equipment properly, proper
Oh, isn't
eye
that
gear.
neat? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Gee, I didn't know if I want to use it. I might have to put it on display with your name under it or something. You've never seen my kitchen walls.
So we'll try and get this nice and doughy.
Do we need any more liquid for that, or
No, it should do it.
it's working? It's
Yeah,
working.
it's
and
working. It's
It takes
working.
a little while.
Yeah, it becomes, you know, a real stiff cheese.
And then it becomes, it's nothing, and then all of a sudden it
Yeah.
becomes something.
And, you know, we're going to fry it up. We're going to deep fry the cheese balls and end up with donuts.
Uh,
Now it's starting to look
oh, yeah,
like...
it's really
yeah.
firming up real nice. It's nice and stiff, and if you want to, let's put this here so Anthony can maybe catch a thing of the consistency of it. See, it's
Yeah,
really
now
a
it's
nice.
starting. I think we're
I'm
about
sorry,
ready.
Seth. I said Anthony. Have to be careful when you
That's
have to be
right,
good to my
especially with
crew.
your crew. Okay, let's see.
What do we need? My spoon?
I'm just gonna grab, here's what we, grab this slide spoon will be great. Let's see, so I wonder how our oil is doing.
Don't you can bring this back a little closer. That's what's, if you hold it in the right place, talk about using your equipment properly. Is
There
that a
we
little
go.
better for you?
Perfect. You always use the drop of water trick on the
Yeah.
oil. Let's see if it's
It's not water.
up to speed now. Well,
A little
let's
piece
go
of dough.
for it. Yeah.
Not quite.
Not quite.
But it's, I know what's happening. It's starting to bubble up.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll let that one
That's
go
easy.
for a
That's
while.
nice and easy, because then you don't have
Yeah.
to cut them and roll them out. and-
No. And small works nice, and then you can, they'll just plump up. It'll take a little longer.
There was some
but,
baking powder in that,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and in the latkes.
Both. You have that baking powder in there as well as the flour.
Now, this is the holiday where you would use baking powder or yeast cakes or something, right?
Absolutely.
But not Passover.
Not Passover. That's you couldn't do anything like that because you're not using any leavening. You have to keep all these holidays straight.
I know, it's difficult. There's so many anymore. I love them all. They all have food connected to them. Yeah.
That's-
So if they have food, I celebrate them. And I also, Passover, it's not Passover now, I don't want to really talk about it, but they changed your complete set of dishes and real
Right.
kosher at home. So I don't know if everyone still
Right.
does it. But
Yeah.
they changed dishes and
Right. To
pots and
switch
things.
over to everything that's it. Kashrut is a whole area to
To delve
you could,
into?
Yeah, right. You could do shows on that.
Okay, maybe we could have you back during Passover. Or, we'll have Shelley back on Passover,
Absolutely.
and she can do.
Because you're going to be into a lot more involved cooking then.
Okay. That's okay. You trying to tell me you're a non-involved cook?
Not to that extent. A little bit of fun cooking.
Oh, yeah. And Hanukkah is such a family holiday. When we're all done here, we have a wonderful table set with the latkes and I call it the dough.
Right.
I still haven't achieved that. And some goodies and treats.
Sufganiyot, which is Hebrew. And what we're seeing actually are two very different areas. The sufganiyot, or the donuts, are coming more from the Middle East, the Sephardic area of Judaism, and the latkes are from the Eastern European area, and they're dealing more with the Ashkenazi group. So we're seeing the two very large areas. We're seeing two representative dishes, seeing how different people celebrate the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the latkes you'd have with applesauce, and while we have some time, some sour cream. We can put that out, too.
Well, we can do that at the end.
Okay.
When we all gather around to eat
Yeah.
at the table.
And this year, we're going to try
I think it's frying.
a little bit. It's getting there. We're going to try a mango sauce.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's really
this
good.
This
Mango is becoming more and more of a treat. Are you looking for something?
Am I now?
Yeah, I thought you were looking
I
behind
have the
me for
mango
something.
sauce which I'm going to try and pass off to the family as my
You
own.
made it, okay.
Even though I got
believe.
it at Trader
I know
Vic's.
this woman who, you know the gefilte fish that comes in the green and orange bottle with the label?
Right.
For years, her mother-in-law made the gefilte fish. And everyone asked the recipe because they wanted to learn and all. Honey, right before she died, she admitted she got it from a bottle for 50 years or something. And no one would believe her. So yesterday,
We're starting to cook up now.
I did a show with Walter Sabe from City Tavern, and he talked about how mangoes and fruits like that were just unheard of a couple years ago in the Midwest, and now they're all over. Look at this. Let me give you some clean paper towel.
Yeah, we'll pop this one.
Ah.
Golden.
Every culture has fried dough in its own way.
Right.
My mother's family is Hungarian, and they make what they call chertigan. It's long strips of dough. It's actually rolled, and then they whirl it up, and they fry that. And the Polish make those things called chickies that are little bow tie-looking things.
It's very interesting how all the cultures do similar things with food.
Yeah.
Now, let's try it again.
You know, a little piece of dough. You have a
That's it.
wonton. You have a pierogi. You have,
Right.
you know.
You know what? We'll put some fresh paper towels down.
Fresh paper towels.
Oh, we'll take this. There we go.
Oh, that's wonderful, the dough. What are you doing with those?
We'll just set them right here for the second.
Just make sure. you're not
Oh,
getting
no, they're
rid of
not
them.
going anyplace.
Is it frying?
Yeah, it's frying. We could probably pop a few
Put a
more
couple
in.
more in.
Yeah.
And we'll make up a couple more. And then we'll go over to the table and check out what's there.
And
Somebody
you
took
can
a
see
long
these are
time.
so simple. This is great to have the kids do.
I really believe in cooking with your kids, or your kids cooking with you. I grew up and I wasn't even allowed in my mother's kitchen. She didn't want me to make the mess. I could
Oh.
clean it up, but I couldn't make it. And I found that one time when I made a mess, I could clean it up, you know, on my own. And that was her theory. And I do believe people should cook with their children.
Well, I think if you just watch the recipe a little bit and give the kids the parts that they can do, it really
Yeah,
works
definitely
well.
not dropping it in the hot fat. But
Right. Exactly.
But if you notice on television, the cooking shows have more and more children showing up in the audience and stuff.
Now you do have to flip these over. As they start to cook, you have to roll them over to the other side.
I wonder what happened to the first one.
Disappearing truly before our eyes.
Yeah, as we speak. These have to cool really, right?
Yeah. And then we'll pop We'll dust them with some powdered sugar. And you can't go crazy about trying to make them perfectly round circles. It's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. What if you did them with a little ice cream scoop or a melon?
You know, the thing that always intrigued me was that the funnel cake man,
Yep.
he's got that little machine that dollops them out.
Yeah, well, that's another example. Funnel cake is basically Pennsylvania Dutch,
Right.
German. They all have their own little dough recipes. Many years ago, I worked with Italians who did their fried dough, as they called it. So.
Well, these are turning out nice now,
Oh,
Betty.
we're on a roll.
We're on a roll. We have that nice golden sort of color to
Yeah, they're
them.
gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. Look at that.
So we'll just flick some of these over to get the other side done. It's tough to wait long enough.
To eat them, yeah.
Yeah, you always want to just grab one.
Oops.
Oops, this one's on a roll.
Do you cook a lot?
No.
No. Just when
I make
people ask you?
I make great cereal for breakfast, though.
The cold cereal.
Cold cereal,
Oh, I
yeah.
know about that. I have a friend that does a great job on that, too. Okay, well, why don't we do this while one batch is frying? We go over to the table. Everything
Sure.
is.
Just
What do you need?
yeah, I just want to grab some serving pieces because these may still be hot.
We have some over there, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah. What are those round things? This.
Oh, no, serving pieces. That's what I want.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, don't worry. People grab with their fingers.
There we go. I'll just take this last batch out.
As I finish mine.
Right, and now, sure, we can go
You're not
right
gonna tell
over.
anybody
We
I
can
ate
go
this,
right
are you?
over here, and how they traditionally be done. We just put a lot of powdered sugar right on top.
We'll get her here. In there.
And
And this is Shelley Menkowitz,
here, there we
the
go.
sous chef extraordinaire, or whatever it was. He named her.
There we go. That's coming
And
right
here's
out.
the candles.
And you can just dunk away.
Oh, I didn't bring any serving dishes over. Oh, well. Just fingers that were made before
Right.
thing. So what are the cookies? The cookies are great. Shelley, oh, that's right. Shelley's not Mike, so I'll tell her story.
Oh, here, give me a little bowl, because Betty will want to try that mango sauce.
Yeah, oh, try anything. The cookies. Do we have the cookies on? Someone gave Shelley the cookie cutters when she was a child, 9 or 10 or something, and she still makes them. And this is the Star of David, and here's a dreidel, and there's a lion. They're really very neat. Where's the dreidel?
Right there.
Here's this.
And that's it, right.
Oop, I flunked dreidel 101. Here, let someone else. And how it falls is how you get money?
Well, money or nuts. The kids play with nuts, and
I bet they'd rather have money.
they would rather have money. You're doing too much gambling now, Betty.
Oh, we're not Atlantic City?
But yeah, there it is.
Here it is. Here's your Hanukkah gilt.
Well, thank you.
You know, your little gifts. Everyone needs a little gift. Let's see. What am I going to try? Is that the mango?
Yeah, this is that mango sauce from Trader Joe's, and then we got the apple sauce.
I
and
won't
we got-
double dip, so don't get nervous.
Oh, here's
These are good.
here's a nice hot one, Betty.
I like things cold. This is I want you to know, this is my
Michelle.
breakfast and my lunch.
Yeah, it's a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It has to be all of that. You put the powdered sugar
Yeah,
on.
the powdered sugar really gives them a
And
nice
the mango,
the mango
Sauce.
sauce,
You purchased-
applesauce,
Oh,
and
that looks just like applesauce.
sour cream.
And you made this mango sauce yourself.
Uh,
That's what you're telling everyone.
Me and Trader Joe.
You
huh?
even
Now,
need-
don't tell anybody, Betty.
Here's a neat napkin. I love this kind of stuff. Did someone hand embroider this or?
I
No?
don't think so.
No. Okay. You didn't
No
do
one
that.
we should give credit to, no.
Did you purchase it? Yes, so
Yeah.
it's yours. It becomes yours. Do you have anything frying in here? I don't want to.
There were one or two last ones. Boy, they're good.
Oh.
Yep.
Are they lining up outside yet?
No, that's the way it should pop out looking.
Looks like a pig. Doesn't it look like a pig?
Oh, we can make a whole bunch more for
Well, we
them.
can make a bunch more for the rest of the crew. But for now, I want to thank you both for being here.
Well, it
all
was,
your
it
time
was a
and
load
effort.
of fun.
And I guess by what you said, I won't see you here again for a long time, but I may see you.
Right, you've had my best,
I've
Betty.
had it. This is it. This is always going to give. I'll see you in the operating room. So I want to thank you all. Happy Hanukkah.
Well,
and
thank
good holidays to everyone. And this is Betty Banjack for Look Who's Cooking, and we'll see you next week.